we've logged 53 visible gold occurrences in 2 deep holes at 2 Mile Hill, including our first past 1,000 metres. What does this density tell us about the system at depth?
We obviously need to wait for the final assays to confirm the actual grades, but to intersect this many instances of visible gold across this length of core is extremely exciting and points to a mineralized system with significant scale. Two Mile Hill is pretty well understood as a deposit, particularly in the shallower areas. And we know that most of the mineralization is restricted to the tonalite. So if you intersect tonalite, you've got a good chance of mineralization. With both of these holes, we saw more than 400 meters of tonalite intersected in those holes, which is a very encouraging sign. But the real proof, the real evidence that the mineralization is continuing is the gold, as well as the galena, the pyrite, the quartz veining. And we saw that right through the hole. Both of these holes ended in tonalite, so they're not closed off. We're still seeing the continuation at end of hole. It's hard to know the exact grade, obviously, until we get the final results. But the previous hole we reported had similar visual signs, and that produced an intercept of 305 meters at 1.82 grams per ton. So a really, really spectacular intercept.
The holes defined a much thicker tonalite, the Shervington zone, over 300 meters wide at depth. How does this change the geological model and resource potential?
So, as I mentioned, 2 Mile Hill is mostly restricted to the tonalite rock. Now, in the shallower parts of the mine, that's typically 60 to 80 meters wide, and it already hosts a significant deposit, our largest deposit at Sandstone. What we're seeing at Shervington is a significant widening of that tonalite at depth to over 300 meters wide at 700 meters below surface. Both of these holes that we've completed intersected the eastern contact slightly earlier than we expected, and they drilled through tonalite well beyond their planned depths, and both ended in tonalite. So we haven't actually located the western contact. That is still out there somewhere. All of this extra material is outside of the current resource. So geological models will need to be updated to reflect that new interpretation, and we expect that will all go into the subsequent MRE updates as well.
With 2 holes left and assays pending, what key questions will the remaining work answer for the underground potential?
So we're halfway through the current program with 2 holes completed, 2 holes still to go. Those remaining 2 holes will further test the Shervington zone. So we'll drill 50 meters north of TMH DD 26004 to test the northern continuation of Shervington, and we'll also drill another deep hole, so below that same hole, to 1 kilometer depth. And what we've seen from the drilling so far, we expect that hole to continue into tonalite and end in tonalite as well. Then there's the question of further drilling, both infill and extensional. So TMH DD 26003 that we've released visual results from in this announcement, that is the furthest south hole in the Shervington zone, and that intersected over 500 meters of mineralized tonalite and numerous intersections of visible gold. So we're obviously very eager to keep testing that further south and seeing how far this really goes.